Diamonds on the Move, brought to you by Romana Media House. My name is Balisa, and with me we have Linda Solaba, who is owner of Melobuhle Productions. Before I got it wrong. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Linda, we are going to be talking about your company and your journey as a filmmaker. But first, you're going to introduce yourself and tell us where you grew up. You know, your upbringing was full, something that you have always wanted to do, you know?
It's not something I've always wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea that this is what I wanted to do. I was saying earlier that it chose me literally.
Yeah.
So I was born and bred in Kimberley, but by very strict parents. Like, I wasn't really allowed to play with other children. So I watched a lot of television. So I have a lot of like television influence. So that was me growing up, and then I moved to Cape Town to study town and regional planning. And then dropped out, I didn't finish that. Someone recently told me that people go to university to get jobs, not to find themselves. I went there to find myself. Because when I found out like the nitty-gritties of town planning and a lot of corruption that goes into it as well, which explains the state of the country. I was put off, so I dropped out. And then I worked in the hospitality industry for like a few years because I was still in Cape Town and I was living there, and I was how can I say, supporting myself. Like, I didn't need to come home because I figured I can find my feet there. You know, home will always be home, but in terms of like career and growth and everything, I didn't see that here. Plus, this was like a long time ago. I'm 40 years old, by the way.
Really?
There was a lot that wasn't happening in Kimberley there. A lot that wasn't happening. Fast forward, I finished studying journalism in 2013. I did go back to school. Did journalism, and that's when I first met television, because it was one of the courses. And then after that, came back to Kimberley. I wasn't finding work as a journalist, so I started making jewelry because I don't like idling. I started a business. 3 years down the line, things went pear-shaped as well with that. I don't want to mention names and things, but it didn't end well. And then that's when, actually while I was making the jewelry, a film producer and director by the name of David Moore came in to shoot a promotional video for the ANC basically, of the place that I was working. So we started talking, and then he found out that I do have a little bit of experience in film and television. Let me catch my breath, I feel like I'm saying a lot. Yeah, so then he invited me to work with him in Cape Town for a cooking series. That was my first gig managing the set. And then after that, I came back to Cape Town. Oh, and then I got pregnant that year. Do you see all the twists, like every time something happens? I got pregnant that year, and things didn't really work out with the baby daddy. Came home, my mom was like, just come home. Came home, and I've been raising my child. So I did like copywriting work for a while, since I couldn't work in film. So I worked from home, writing articles, like international publishing things. Or again, just not to like idle. And also get obviously extra income, because single parenting is not easy. And then eventually with time, I got called for like video work, like proper things here in Kimberley. Last year, it was I think in Feb, when I worked with King Moose on a documentary that I also managed. It was called Wheels of Change, and it was aired on ETV. Yeah, I can't remember the other stuff. For some reason, I just blanked. But I have worked on other productions as well.
So now let's talk about Wheels on Change. How was it? And Wheels of Change. Wheels of Change, how was it working on such a set? And especially having your production being broadcasted on a big broadcast network, basically, such as ETV. How was it working there? And what exactly did you do?
I'm very lucky with working on intimate productions. It makes things easier. Working with people flows better. So yeah, it was that. There was like, I think 5 of us on set every day. excluding the cast members. So it's just easier to communicate and work and get things done on a small team. What was your question again?
Was it working? Yes, working on the set, working with different people.
It was challenging. Film is challenging as hell.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter what production you're on, things go wrong all the time. It teaches you to think on your feet. So there were a lot of that, like glitches and things. But at the end of the day, we managed and we shot.
So when did you realize that your film or your document, is it a documentary? It's a documentary.
That was a documentary, yeah.
Yes. When did you realize that your documentary was aired on ETV? And how did you feel when you got that announcement that it's going to be aired on ETV?
Well, we were commissioned for it, so we knew when we started shooting that that's exactly what it was for. The writer for it, Solaba, had entered the competition, wrote the script and everything, and then he won. And so, yeah, that's how it happened.
Okay. Now, the story that you guys are working on now, which is a horror story, why are you guys doing horror, and especially in Kimberley?
Because it's
South
different.
Africa, even with...
Because it's different, because nobody else is doing it, and it is a very entertaining genre.
So tell us more about the story of the film that you guys are shooting. And I know that you guys shot it within a space of 72 hours.
Yeah.
It had to be edited as well. So working on a horror set per se, what's the name of it? And how was it working on a horror set?
It's called Pressed Against the Wall. It was interesting because at first the script that we had was a drama script. And when we watched the playback, we were not happy with the acting. So, but then when we went back into the room, it does have like an eerie feel to it, like high ceilings, kind of claustrophobic. So we thought, okay, this would be perfect for horror. And then we developed it together in the room that we were in, that we shot it in, because it was shot in a dorm room.
Right here
In Kimberley.
That's interesting. So now, where do you see yourself as a filmmaker, especially in Kimberley, maybe in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years?
In general, I see myself directing a couple of documentaries, and I have one feature that I want to do as well. It's a drama.
Isn't it? You know the name of it? Or is it still cooking?
I'm actually developing it from a book that I wrote when I was studying journalism. It did really well, and I just wanted to touch it.
What's the name of the book?
I don't remember. Dude, it was such a while ago that I wrote this thing.
Yeah.
But the story itself is still with me.
Yeah. What's the story? Let's just give us a brief synopsis of the
Ooh,
story.
it's not brief, but okay. So basically, it's set in the 30s when there was alcohol prohibition in the country.
That's when like underground taverns and things started. But it follows an assassin who works with other members of the Boerderbond. I don't know if you know who's the Boerderbond, but it's basically like old apartheid like people.
Leaders of apartheid, basically. So then he's sent on a mission to assassinate someone in Cape Town. And then when we're in Cape Town, we're exposed to the atrocities that came with colonialism that we don't know about still till this day, because it's quite a lot. Yeah, that's all I'm saying about that.
Okay, one last question. Is there anything that you wish can be changed with regards to the film and television industry within the Northern Cape, or Kimberley, per se?
I just wish more people would get involved, because it is a whole world, like, it's got opportunities for so many different types of people, from like the admin side of things to the creative side of things. Yeah, more people should join the world.
Thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you here.
Thanks for listening.
Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Romana Media, Facebook, YouTube, and our website as well. Thank you.